hold on, it gets worse. Welcome back again, Jam Fam. Welcome back to another Large Family Meals of the Week, where I am feeding my large household of 10 on a budget, dealing with different gluten-free needs, dealing with mine now. I've been gluten-free, and you know I was mostly dairy-free, fell back into a little bit of dairy, but dairy-free again. I'm also feeding myself low food map for extra fun, inflammation. We got a lot going on. I've healed some things though, so far to this point. Insulin resistance, reverse that check. Pre-diabetes, I continue on having that reverse and those numbers only improving. But I got another situation, another layer of healing that we're going through now, and that's why soft green beans are my friend. Also chicken broth in all its forms. Also slowly switching out my coffee for this thing called mud water, not sponsored. And you're just gonna hear me talking about my vegan yogurt for right now with my chia seeds. So we're doing what we can do. I have to finish a big freezer cooking video, and I'm going to do that freezer cooking movie over the next 3 or 4 hours. But I need to feed myself my last meal of the day. Got my whiteboard ready over there. I've got about a cup of green beans that was left from my last batch. I'm going to add this small can to it, and about a tablespoon of bacon grease, because that's my idea of a good time. Then I'm going to get this next round of green beans and some more bacon grease, going in the slow cooker, meal prepping for my green bean needs for probably the next 2 to 3 days, okay? So as you've heard me probably say a couple times already, and if this is your first time, buckle up, because I just need to make a t-shirt that says this. Already my much smaller food list, I lost about 2/3 off of that. So I have a very, very simple framework I'm working with, but we make the best of what we have to work with, right? So I can still have protein. I'm loving the broth, okay? We have more bones to do more of that. We got the 60-quart pot. We'll need to get that going again. We have green beans. We have carrots. We have sweet potatoes. We have soft vegetables that we can do. Yeah, just doing it. There's the 60-quart pot. I just fired up a few days ago to do 60 quarts of broth. It ended up being 50 once we removed the carcasses. 30 was bone broth just for the freezer. I'm going through again a quart or 2 a day, so we'll go through that quick. And another 20 quarts was a low inflammatory soup. So we need to fire it up again and just keep the broth factory going. And we'll see if the can opener odds are in our favor tonight. I say tonight, it's just, oh yeah, Christmas trees are up. Dishwasher. I mean, I don't want to take the time to unload this right now. Pardon me. We decorated for Christmas. Yay. Doing things. Christmas is like in a minute. That is okay. We also have coming up, we got a birthday party at the jump park and the pizza buffet, right? That will be fun. We are hosting our candy Christmas house or Christmas candy house decorating party, which so many of our friends have asked if we were hosting that again this year. So that's coming up. We have a homeschool group Christmas party coming up. Lots of parties, and I think you'll be getting all those with us in this video, which will be fun. Okay, this is good. Let me get my bacon grease. Okay, this will go in the microwave. I can't give up using a microwave at this point in life. Maybe that'll be my 2027 new health thing I do, is give up all microwave reheating, but right now I don't know how to function without it, you know, and we're doing pretty okay. Oh, this can opener, well, it's working. Let me talk nice about it. I was gonna say it's had better days, but most of it. Okay. Do we have enough to get this open? We will see. Blue Lake green beans. When we were homesteaders and farmers, I remember growing Blue Lake green beans. That was one of the varieties we did. Okay. Don't try this at home. This is entertainment purposes only, and it may not go well for me. Okay, I got one. I really need to get that corner open. Would not be so. That loosened up for us a little bit. Okay, green beans. This is your destiny. I have found with these green beans, you do have to kind of look for some stems sometimes. I usually find a big stem or two, sometimes small ones. Okay. Good. And nice. And I will do some Redmond salt. Tomorrow I have appointments out with 3 family members. And an appointment out the next day. And yeah, life and stuff and things. Also, one of the new slow cookers is unloaded, and it's learning about life here. Here's what my yogurt is looking like. Again, I've been eating basically one of these a day. So it ends up being about a serving and a half of the yogurt, and then a tablespoon of the chia seeds, tablespoon of milled flax. I usually put a couple Lily's dark chocolate baking chips in there for fun. I've put 2 tablespoons of almond butter in it. It's just such a pain, you know, getting that smooth throughout, so I've stopped worrying about that, and I put a little stevia in there. And it's something, better than nothing. So here's our evening Walmart grocery delivery. I need to get out and shop and do the things, and I cannot. So I'm so thankful we live in a universe where Walmart delivery will deliver us wet brushes, and this is another brush for me, and hey, a comb, because even though I had 4 combs for the shower, they've all disappeared. They're not really here. So new comb, some more toothpaste, teen boy requested stack of cheese for sandwiches and things for the week. Also, grass-fed ground beef is like 50 cents more than regular old cheap ground beef. The cheap ground beef at my local small town Walmart is like $6.58 or so a pound these days, and the grass-fed ground beef is $7 something. So it just make me feel good about this. Yes, got some more monk fruit sweetener. Teen load of bagels. Yes, we can make them homemade, and we can also order them. My one little switch out I'm trying to do is work us off the regular Great Value peanut butter. This natural peanut butter only has peanuts, sugar, palm oil, and salt. And the red lid that I have bought for years and years and years, not knowing any different, has some other interesting oils in it. And I do have Crazy Richard's peanut butter and also sugar-free almond butter, but those are not a household favorite. So anyway, gonna try to work on switching us out. This is something we can do, but also let's keep the chemicals in the house. Got 6 total of our disinfecting wipes. Also 2 more boxes of eggs, because you know eggs can go up to $27, $32 a box even. Now they're still under $10, so we got to get our eggs while we can. Super healthy, holistic mom, and yes, we are making freezer biscuits, homemade from scratch biscuits, sausage biscuits coming up in a few days, but also we need emergency, ready to go pancakes in the freezer. We've also made them in the past, and for less than $4 a pack, Walmart delivers. And then we've got some Aussie moist conditioner shampoo, 2 of those per request, and then some Miracle Curls with some detangler spray and some of that leave-in detangling milk. Speaking of milk, but no milk really in my continued dairy-free gut healing, heal the next layer of my body situation, it has been easy for me to order this coconut yogurt alternative. It's made with organic coconuts. It is dairy-free. It's also vegan and gluten-free. I don't need everything to be vegan, but sometimes if you're gluten-free and dairy-free, that is something to look for if you're trying to check those boxes. So it does have some nice live and active cultures in there. And I'm doing a great many things with my gut health right now. I have been taking I've been eating 1 of these a day. And so I've been doing a tablespoon of the chia seeds, a tablespoon of the milled flax. I basically got to soak the chia seeds in there. It's good fiber. Hay also into those fiber numbers. And then I do some lilies, a few sugar-free lilies, chocolate chips on those. Also some more nut pods. So you see, we don't check all the boxes, but we work to check the boxes that we can as we can. Also, this is available to my household, but nobody's interested in this. I can also make homemade yogurt and I can buy it. So this is my week's supply. We also have some more sugar-free syrup that's also gluten-free, because you just got to look for those gluten-free additives. So yay, evening Walmart grocery fill-in haul for the next few days. All right, out to some appointments, and I have meal prepped. Yes, trying to get in the door here. Lots of beverages. So I've got my unsweetened coconut yogurt that's also vegan, and it's got the chia seeds and the milled flax and collagen. It's got all kinds of good things in there. With my very limited food list for this season of life, I've got my ACV water and I have my coffee, but it is after 10 a.m. Haven't had any coffee yet. You know I'm taking care of those adrenals, right? And I'm going to have that at some point this morning. All right, friends, we're doing things. Let's get a lot of things going in the slow cooker. So many things need to happen here, but I'm at least gonna have a bunch of dinner prepped. And I think, so this is the second new slow cooker that I bought myself because they were nicely marked down at Walmart. This empty bottle of ACV is out just to remind me I need to bring some more up, but I've been doing a good job drinking that in my water. We have, let's see, 2 bottom round roast I set out to defrost maybe 2 days ago into the fridge. One is almost 3 pounds, 2.75 pounds, and this one is 4.34. So basically 7 pounds of roast. We're gonna get those going in a slow cooker with just an easy breezy roast. I also want to get rice going in the slow cooker with some of our home canned chicken broth. What else are we doing? Green beans, because they're a staple right now with my additional layer and pared down food list of things for my body at this moment. So there's been a lot of bacon grease, green beans going on. And I was thinking sweet potatoes, but we have, yes, there it is. We have a 5-pound bag of golden potatoes left over from Thanksgiving. Need to wash those, and we need to use those up because marching forward with life food stuff and things, as a parent, I despise this white foam. So I try to get it out of here as quickly as possible. Because if that gets played with in the house or outside, it just, there's a lot of things we can play with. This cardboard, actually, I will save the cardboard as a crafting gift. But that white foam, yeah, no thanks. Get that out. So these slow cookers are nice and pretty. I think I've got a little, this one shows I've been using it for a week or so already. That's okay. And I have 2 slow cooker crocks in my fridge that also, I think one has like the equivalent of 1 cup of green beans left. We've been doing food storage in them. So let's see, I could have turned that water on. Multitasking, but yet not doing it. So we're gonna get some things going. Look at us doing it. So yeah, this might even be 2 cups, cup and a half, 2 cups of green beans. I've just been paying attention to my fiber and all the things with my leaky gut situation that I'm working on healing that I need to do. So we got some green beans and we have a couple of questionable looking carrots. So I'm just gonna pull these out. Let's see, I don't think I have any more carrots for today's roast, but again, there's like way more carrots than I'd eat at one time, but at least we'll get them out of that slow cooker for now. And we're gonna do the roast in this bigger 10-quart slow cooker. But I do want to put some of these golden potatoes in with the roast. I'm trying to think how many slow cookers I will have going here. I guess we're just gonna find out. Meat in the 10-quart. I'll probably have another one with extra potatoes that don't fit in there. We might as well throw a few sweet potatoes in there because I still have another 40-pound box downstairs of those. And then a slow cooker with rice. So that is 3. But I also wanted to do green beans, so that's 4. That's fine. That's what the slow cookers are for. Actually, today I am working on a big freezer cooking movie that I've been doing. And with that, I want to do 10 or 12 dozen batches of homemade from scratch biscuits. So good things are coming. I have the other slow cooker over there. And that is the last of that project. I think by the time I am done with it, I will have done the equivalent of 120 or so massive large family meals that still go so super quick. But I've had to make a lot of adjustments to my rest and my routine. And I've really taken the last 2 weeks, I'll just set that there for now, to focus on that and what I need as a human to work on my healing. Yay. And so I've taken it really slow with that project, where it probably could have all been done in 2 to 3 intense days. I've just done it over 2 weeks, and I just kind of am feeling like it's what I got. It's what I got. It's what I'm capable of right now. We have a huge birthday event tomorrow that you all will be coming with us. I've got to get the tickets. We're going to do the jump park with several other families, and I need to buy the tickets in advance, and they got to sign the waivers, and they might have waivers on file. I'm just going to deal with that in the morning. I'm not going to do that today. And then we're going to go to the birthday boy's favorite pizza buffet with our friend families. I'll bring everyone back here, and then the birthday boy and I flip back around so that he can do all of his birthday shopping with his birthday budget at Walmart. We'll get the cake, special foods that he will pick and all of those fun things. And then there will be pretty much like an all-night video game movie party situation happening. Lots of fun. We celebrate big. And then we got Christmas coming up. This is the first year ever I have really, I just don't think I have time. I don't have the time right now to do all the big individual shopping and wrapping, prepping. I mean, the house is decorated. That's great. And I've bought some gift cards. And I'm going to do another layer of gift cards. And I'm doing some fun stuff, just smaller scale fun stuff to open. We already purchased the Christmas Eve pajamas. We will go to Dollar Tree and Walmart. And for each human, I'm getting a few things I pick. But the bulk of their individual Christmas budgets will be gift cards, and they'll get to go do shopping with that. Plus they have some more gifts to open from family members and stuff. So all good. You've watched me through the years do all the intense shopping. And this year I was like, it's about to happen and I can't quite. And that's okay. But we are hosting a candy Christmas house party that all of my people wanted to do. So I'm putting energy into that and putting even more energy into the birthday the week before Christmas, the birthday the week after Christmas. Christmas Day, we will have our presents. Maybe this year we're doing homemade cinnamon rolls the night before. Maybe I'm buying them again from Walmart. All things are great. And, well, I guess I'll just put these in here. Many things are happening. So that's some of the holiday buzzing and planning. I'm also super hungry. I've got my yogurt thing out to eat. So I'm going to get this going for dinner, and I'm going to feed myself a late lunch and roll into biscuit time. So with the rice, I'm going to see if I have my math right. I'm doing 4 cups of washed, just white rice, and I'm going to do 8 cups of chicken broth, and we should end up with 12 cups of rice. I think I have that right. I might have to check that math when I'm not over the sink. And I just thought, oh, what if my microphone fell into this water? That would be a new problem I haven't experienced. But, you know, I ordered this new shirt. You ready for this? Ordered this new shirt. It came on a day where I appreciated kind of like some dark humor laughter. It's all good. Laughter is my favorite. So this shirt says, hold on, it gets worse. I cannot wait to get that shirt in the mail. I laughed and laughed and laughed. I sent my best friend a picture of it. We laughed and cackled together. That alone makes the shirt worth it. Okay, towel. Towel is over here. Bang, bang, bang. So, pretty good. And these Hamilton 10-quart slow cookers, Hamilton Beach, I think, well, full thought, I'm trying to say I love these slow cookers. And I think this is my 3rd one over the past decade. And I will use it for years and years until this breaks or it stops working, whatever. Anyway, they go through a lot with me, but they are so worth it. And they're large family size. That's my watch beeping to say I should be done getting this meat going already. But we've been talking. Sorry, watch. We will just go for another few minutes here. Okay, Hamilton Beach in here. And we will get these potatoes just rinsing. They're starting to grow some little arm shoots, but pretty good, right? I've also, I'll sound like a commercial for it, but I've been cutting back my caffeine. I wasn't told to, just looking at healing my adrenals and doing all the things I possibly can to support my body. I have been drinking, what's it called? Mud water, okay? It has mushrooms in it. The one version of mud water I have right now is 35 milligrams of caffeine. I learned about it from the lady, the whole 30 lady. I really appreciate her. Anyway, her name's Melissa, but I can't tell you what her last name is. Whole 30 Melissa shared about mud water. I went ahead and ordered some. So what I've been doing is a tablespoon of mud water, like half hot water. I still put my nut pods in it, and then I do half a cup of coffee. And even today, I didn't even start that until noon. I have totally changed that. That's why, you know, this whole routine changing thing, again, not that my routine was bad. It's just I needed to do another layer of adjusting and adapting, right? And so where I used to get up early, have my time that I needed to journal and walk and do my weighted vest and process and drink coffee and love it. It was just a great, great time. I have been letting myself sleep in with no alarm. Still been going to bed early. So I don't have that morning time anymore, but I've exchanged it for even more rest. I've been getting 8 hours sleep, and I have been really, really good about that as far as my healing and my self-care. But with adrenal fatigue, the more time laying down, the more time, if my body wants to sleep, just letting it is very important. And I want to support my body and not have a body that crashes. And my body still might crash. Bodies do what they want. And my body has been through a whole lot on this journey that I am on. But I want to take the best care of myself I can so I can take the best care of my kids, right? Every mother's life song. So, been laying down early still, but I've been getting up with no alarm. So that means some mornings I wake up naturally at 7, sometimes it's 7:37, sometimes it's 8:37. And I've done this for a long time with my kids. I let them sleep in with no alarm also, which is fine. I believe that kids need to play hard and rest hard. So that has I have been taking a longer, later morning, still doing my self-care things. And today, while I walked in my weighted vest, and I did do a 20-minute run today, just a little, get my legs moving run. I think I got like 8,500 steps so far. And so many folks ask what my kids do while I get all these steps and runs in. Well, they were jumping on the trampoline or riding scooters right along with me. So they're good overall household routines. I know also several folks will say, well, Jamerrill, with the adrenal fatigue, which I've heard this for a while, you can't walk so much, you can't run so much. All of my walking and running is like zone 1, zone 2. I walk slow, I walk gentle. I mean, I might do like 2 miles an hour with my walking. Sometimes I pick it up a little more, but overall, I am slow. And walking and even running are good bilateral stimulation and so good for my processing and my healing overall, and my nervous system regulation, and all of these important things. Let me go ahead and get these roasting. And so we have continued on with the good walking and in learning to support my nervous system on another layer, right? I've just had to redo my schedule and routine so I have even more time to lay down and even more time to rest, and my continued walking and my continued running. Oh, and that's what I was telling you too. As far as my running, when you see me do big events, I know I recently posted about my 3rd half marathon, and I got a lot of questions about that, and hopefully second channel video is out or is coming soon with the vlog of that whole experience and a bunch of running questions answered. I only do 1 to 2 big events like that. Really something like a half marathon. That's like my biggest event for a whole month. Everything else is slow, steady, gentle. And even that, my body did 13 miles in a row with a little more than 12-minute pace. That was a phenomenal output, but I don't do that every day, and I don't do that every week, and I don't do that every month. So again, it's all bio-individual, but for me, movement has been so good for my healing, and it's a requirement. So I do walk a line, making sure that my movement is gentle, but that I am also still moving. Okay, so I guess my big sheet pans will need to move for right now. And slow cooker. I need to get more inserts for this. I'm just gonna put it under here for now. Okay. How many slow cookers can we line up? But see, this is great because this meal will cook, and this should give enough leftovers, honestly, for a couple days, because my household and I will eat it tonight. We will not finish 7 pounds of meat and all these sides in different forms tonight. Tomorrow there's a party, and most likely most of my household is going to eat party food. It's just a few of us will be eating these leftovers tomorrow. And then the next day, there will be a few portions left. Here's my other slow cooker. A few portions left, and then we'll roll into another freezer meal and such from there. Okay, I think we can do this. Let me move that over. Pretty good, pretty good. Line up, be friends, and I need another slow cooker crock for that. I don't see one out, so I'll get it from my cabinet. Okay, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Everything is fine. And I'm just doing a little avocado oil at the bottom of every crock. Nice. So we'll call this last one green beans. Gonna get the roast going. Going to set this over here. We'll need to chop some potatoes. I'll grab some rice. And this great value rice will be the chosen one because someone poked a hole in it because that looked like fun. Let me grab some broth. Okay. This. And potatoes. Well, I'll just leave those for there because I don't know how many we'll need to cut. So we have quarts of beef broth as well that we've home canned. Not too many. You know, we're in the broth business these days. But anyway, I'm gonna add a quart, or I just added a quart of broth to the roast. I've got 2 more quarts. I think this is actually a quart of chicken broth, 2 quarts of beef broth. So I'm gonna do some broth math. I will do 2 quarts of beef broth with the rice. And I will put this quart of chicken broth in with the green beans. And I have been listening to The Handmaid's Tale. Oh my. Oh my. Wow. Phenomenal. And we're gonna put some seasonings in here. Nothing too extravagant, very simple so everybody likes it. Let me look back on my phone notes. I've got onion powder, garlic powder. The recipe will be linked down below. Just gotta pull it up. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Yeah, that's, well, apple cider vinegar or lemon juice, but I need to refill my lemon juice. I just sent someone down to get some more apple cider vinegar. And then potatoes. And okay. So we will get these things in here, and it's just a teaspoon and a half of each, and I will reuse my salt teaspoon. Well, that's like a 1/4 teaspoon, so hold on here. We'll Limp it together. Okay. I'm gonna roll these around in these seasonings here in one moment. So that 5-pound bag of potatoes all quartered up on top of 7 pounds of steak roast, again, why I love this 10-quart slow cooker, fits beautifully. So we're just gonna let that do its job. I did have a teen bring up the other 40-pound box of sweet potatoes, so we're just gonna go ahead and wash those, get them in here. Can never have too many sweet potatoes prepped. And I'm gonna rinse this rice, and we'll get that going in the slow cooker too. And I obviously need to cook some more bacon because I am running out of my bacon grease, which is my ultimate favorite cooking fat. I was talking to another local farm this week. I don't want to wash all of that, so hold on a minute. Just in reference to, okay, this is only conversation, right? Don't know how this is going to go, but I'm looking into locally, if I was going to have another local farm source for milk and butter, and even things like if I need some pork fat to do some lard, because you know I'm out of lard and it's so sad, where can I get milk locally where I don't have to drive an hour each way, and just trying to make it make sense, which is why back in my past life, I had 2 cows, you know, and I was doing some milk attempts here. I probably just need to dump this whole bag out into here. I think that's probably what will happen. Anyway, I'm definitely not in a have my own A2 Jersey cow season of life, although I did have one at one time, and she has gone on to be a phenomenal, like the best dairy cow ever for that family. So that was her purpose. And I think she's had 2 calves so far now. So anyway, I still would love to get my household back on locally farm A2 milk. I know that's good for everybody's gut health overall. But again, I have some barriers in the way of making that happen. But I was talking with a farm that may end up having a delivery option for me down this way, which would be super nice. I know that before life imploded, you know, one of my videos early summer 2023 was no more grocery store challenge that I was doing. And I had my huge dream garden, and I had my bred Jersey cow, and I had 14 pigs on the property, and you know, 75 or 150 chickens, who's counting. Had the whole setup. And so many of you have asked when I'm going to farm again, and I'm just going to work on feeding us as healthy and whole foods focused as I can, and help support local farms in the process for this season. And I would love to think futuristically for me, that means, you know, I don't have a timeline. Maybe before I'm 50, I could have a dozen chickens again. You know, that would be great. So, all that to say, having local milk sourcing conversations, and I know I could make butter and do all those things, but I have to I have to have a gentle, realistic entry point. So I thought if I can get milk, and then also if we can do Greek yogurt in the slow cooker with a gallon of farm-raised milk, you know, we can do some switch outs coming up within Mama's capacity, within my capacity and ability. So we will see how that goes. I did just this past week finish reading is it John Axe or Josh Axe? Dr. Axe's book, whatever his first name is, on Eat Dirt, yes. And he was talking in there also about the benefits of farm-raised dairy. So, you know, my little list is super small while I heal, but my household could benefit from farm-raised dairy. And, you know, maybe eventually, maybe I could have some farm-raised dairy. I don't know, could I? So I am just doing, 4 cups, hold on here. 4 cups of washed rice and 8 cups of beef broth. And my salt, my pepper. Come on back. Sorry, I was looking for the jar lid for my pepper. Just not necessary. Okay. We might do some other add-in things to this rice, but I'm just going to get it cooking for now. Wash our potatoes. These 2 bowls I had soaking. I want to get these washed because I know my sink is a fill-in. I'm going to work on my homemade biscuit project coming up here. Coming up next. Remind me, wash the potatoes. And then I think, oh, we could have those sweet potatoes washing now, but let me not wash my floors right now. Okay. We'll dry these in a minute. All right, I know that was asking a lot of that little knife. I know this little knife is not really made for chopping big sweet potatoes, but I've washed these. We got some in there. I have some room at the top of this 10-quart slow cooker, and so with my butter knife, we are going to chop up these sweet potatoes and get them in there too. There was a whole salad here with pizza toppings. I ate that. There's all kinds of other food things going on. We have had a big jump park birthday, and now we've come with friends to the pizza buffet. Home now for the pizza party. Getting ready to flip back around. Still got my shoes on, but waiting to do some kid configurations. Taking my birthday kid to the Walmart to do their shopping, get their birthday cake, all that fun. This is a variety of mud water I haven't tried yet. So this is going to be my little afternoon treat while we head to the Walmart. Okay, we've been birthday shopping. There's all kinds of birthday fun in there. And then we also liked these. But I will say, busy week of coming, so I'm gonna meal prep here a little bit because for less than $4, this will be really good. These are $3.40, yeah, $3.74. Good morning, friends. Happy new day. So I'm going to do my mama meal prep again. I'm going to get 4 containers of our So Delicious dairy-free coconut yogurt alternative that is also sugar-free and gluten-free and all the things. And so the 3/4 of a cup size, which there's 4 servings of in this container, I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup in each of these and leave the last serving in there, and then into each one it's 4 tablespoons of this particular collagen. It just depends on which collagen you have. I know the Trim Healthy Mama brand I just finished, it was 1 tablespoon. This Vital Proteins, which I had 2 of these in my cabinet, so this is 4 tablespoons for the same amount, but it's what I have on hand. So I'm going to do 4 tablespoons in each. Tablespoon of the chia seeds, tablespoon of milled flax, and based on where I am with my bio-individual needs, with my hormones for the next few days, I can mix in a few more healthy whole food carbs. So I'll be doing 1/2 a cup of this gluten-free oatmeal also. And then the time blocks when I have this, I will also add on some dark chocolate baking chips. And that's my current idea of a good time. We'll also probably just sweeten this with some Truvia brown sugar substitute. As a general rule, we'll say what I'm doing is I'm putting in a tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. If I'm using Trim Healthy Mama brand, it's a scoop of their collagen,
The Vital Proteins collagen I also have is 4 tablespoons needed per serving. I'm putting stevia in or monk fruit. Also, when I go to eat it, I might put in a tablespoon of sugar-free almond butter and also some of those Lily's no sugar baking chips. Kind of choose my own adventure with that. And you can add whatever you like. You can also add fruit. You might have other needs. You just adjust to your needs accordingly. Now, this is unsweetened coconut yogurt again, so that makes it dairy-free and gluten-free. And there's a lot of gut healing benefits to unsweetened coconut yogurt. If you can't have dairy, which I'm trying to not have right now, this is an option. Now, I have looked at, I've made a lot of homemade yogurt over the years. I've made it in the slow cooker and the Instant Pot and the stove top. And I know that I can make homemade yogurt. And I also know I can make homemade unsweetened coconut yogurt. I've looked at the vegan starters, but also I can order it and it comes in the containers. And as I have lost so much on my food list during this season, you know, my raw vegetables again, boo-hoo, and those kind of things, this just makes grasping these healing changes during this time easier for me. So I can get 4 to 5 of these containers of the yogurt, prep them how I like, and it's ready to go for me. And as I have shared, there are so many experts that I have learned so many things during my research on. So for more stable glucose responses, you can go to coachmamafox.com. She has so many good ideas for women, for women's health. She is a certified menopause coach, and she also has her certification through Dr. Ben Bickman. And she's just the insulin healing lady. I also have learned a lot through my journey about understanding glucose curves and so much from the Glucose Goddess, and overall insulin sensitivity with Dr. Ben Bickman. Also for eating according to my hormones from Dr. Mindy Peltz. And those 4 experts I have just mentioned, I have learned a lot as far as my journey of reversing my insulin resistance and my prediabetes. And if I hadn't worked on that layer first, I could not now be focusing on this other layer of healing that I need. So now that I have that good foundation from what I have learned from them and tested and worked through my body for a very long season, now I have that base, and now I can go deeper and focus on gut health, which they all talk about in different ways as well. I just, you can't do it all at one time. At least I can't. So I heard about it, and I even know it is something I've needed to do. And now, look at us, we're doing it. I'm proud of us.
Okay, Jam Fam, it is the time of the candy Christmas house decorating party. It is happening this evening. And what would be a party at our house or any day at our house without a Walmart grocery delivery haul? And since I made 16 dozen from scratch homemade biscuits last night, I ordered 4 more packs of these. I have 3, okay? So that's 60 sausage patties for 60 breakfast freezer meal sandwiches. And I thought, you know what? We got so many biscuits, let's do 60 more. And that's just a backup pack because people like sausage, and this is what we have. So that goes into that freezer cooking that I'm going to finish in a minute. And then, okay, so breakfast freezer meals. Also, again, these 60 count eggs are still under 10 bucks a box, and I remember paying $27 to $32. We can go through a box of these a day sometimes. One day, chickens again in our life. I mean, that would be amazing. All that to say, what's 2 more boxes of eggs? Because we roll through it. So specifically for our party tonight, we have the house is made, the friends are coming, and I just ordered what looks like way too much icing now, but who knows? It's a lot of fun. I do ask each family to bring some icing and some candy too. It ends up being a big, messy shebang. So we've got vanilla, cream cheese, chocolate, strawberry. These little pretzel sticks, sometimes these are fun for like making doors, windows, walking paths, because they'll decorate these plates around the houses. And then also, these candy canes are actually just for our 2 Christmas trees because we hadn't done that yet. And that just makes a cracked up candy sticky mess around the house. Always holiday cheer. We got some gumdrops for decorating. Big thing of M&Ms. Big thing of gummy bears, 3 pounds. Big thing of Skittles. One of my guys requested ring pops, and I'm like, sure, it's a party, why not? Also, sensibly, 1 bag of Smarties, and then just 2 bags of chocolate chips. And so this is what we are having, and there will be, again, other candy that is brought. Also, I want to make that Trim Healthy Mama strawberry 3-tier cake. We made it in November, but I want to make it with a dairy-free icing. It's already gluten-free, sugar-free. I want to replace, I think, what is in it? They have butter, they have something that's dairy in the cake, and I want to replace that with tallow, because you know we're tallow rich. And then they have a dairy-free variation that's made with palm oil shortening. Yes, I'm looking at it over there because I ordered it, I have it. So I want to try, I'm going to make that cake again, but also make the whole thing dairy-free, including the icing. And that is for a homeschool Christmas event that we're going to in 2 days. So there's lots of other fun things to be had there. I just thought, well, I'll bring the gluten-free, dairy-free dessert option. And then we've got, we are already out of our Costco bulk hot chocolate. What did that take? Like 8 weeks? But I got this just for our party tonight. Green tea was marked down to less than $5 a 12-pack. Got 2 of those. Also got some water bottles. And we have ice. So we will just fill our camping cooler like a drink cooler for when people come in. This is just regular old, like we had no milk. So this is just milk to help us get by. So this is my Walmart grocery delivery haul. And then I'm gonna make homemade gravy to go with the biscuits. We are serving biscuits and gravy. Other families are bringing items. I also, oh, those blueberries were for tonight, just to have like a little fruit option too. Alrighty, so folks will be here in about 10 minutes. Nothing like just getting biscuits on the pan. But it's just finishing up my December freezer cooking movie that I have worked on for 2.5 weeks. Yay, 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 we did that. I'm proud of us. So I'm gonna get these biscuits in the oven, and we will have fresh, hot tallow biscuits for our party. I will at least have sausage patties, so we can do sausage patty biscuits. But I might be able to do, I'm gonna try to get some biscuits and gravy going. We got the biscuits done. These are delicious. All my taste testers have approved. And I think the secret sauce is at the end also brushing it with tallow. That made them absolutely delicious last night. And these are $4.50 for about 10 minutes. Now these are still pretty frozen, so it might end up being about 12. And this should be right about 4 dozen. And then any extras are made. If we have any left, too bad. My people will be so sad. No, we've meal prepped then for breakfast tomorrow. But I did get 105 biscuits in the freezer, also for upcoming freezer meals. Good morning. Just finished a massive freezer cooking yesterday. And this broth, I'm rolling through the broth, right? And I need to get a couple different quarts upstairs because I really like to drink 1 to 2 a day. So that's what we're gonna bring up a couple days worth. This is some sausage gravy from the last go round. I think we only have 1 gallon bag. Yeah, that's from September. We ran through all the sausage gravy last night we made for our Christmas party. Quick organization thing here. Two of these that come out. Pretty good there. I'm just thinking I should bake these too. We ended up with, and these are actually the gluten-free ones, I think like 31 gluten-free sausage biscuits. And then we ended up with 105 of these homemade sausage biscuits. And then this is the only bag of the unbaked sausage biscuits left because we baked more of those for a Christmas party last night and served that. So, and I was gonna make more sausage gravy today. You would think I make this all the time, but I don't. There's usually several months in between, which is why it's such a favorite. I can at least get that defrosting. It's earlier in the morning now, so they could have that maybe for a late breakfast. There's a few biscuits left baked, but then they'll have these too. So, hey, look, we meal prepped. There we go. I might have some more canned broth I can have this morning. And then here's some of our houses from last night. This one had like a gummy bear explosion situation. And I have some beef broth. So that's what I'm gonna go for today while my chicken broth defrost. I just love that last batch of chicken broth so much. It was perfection. But I'll have this for breakfast, and I may have part of this afternoon and this evening, or it may just end up being a 1 quart day. We'll see what the day holds. And this is defrosting so quickly, at least from the bags. I'm just going to dump it in the slow cooker. That should be good. We did this making it slow cooker gravy, and I had that important friend in the hospital for 15 days last spring. Thankfully, we had gravy and biscuits in the freezer, and so one of my young adults, I gave him directions over the phone to just dump the gravy in the slow cooker. Of course, they were able, I think they set it out the night before, or I came home the night before and set some things out. Some combination there. And I said, dump it in the slow cooker in the morning. And that's what they did. And I'll be out here for a little bit, so just honestly might sit here for 15 minutes with the lid off until it melts down a little bit there at the bottom, and then I can get the lid on. Or just kind of pretend with the lid right now. So I just usually add another teaspoon of Redmond salt, and then I drink it with a straw. And if it's good broth, I can get it down really, really quick. Okay, so now we're all the way back to bedtime prep. So I took one of these containers, divided it in half, did my tablespoon of chia seeds, tablespoon of milled flax, 2 packs of stevia, oh, and also my collagen. Mixed it up. And again, it's just a delightful little thing, something different. And again, this yogurt has lots of good live active cultures in it. And so it's something that I've been enjoying twice a day. I very well will get burned out on it, and I'll either change my recipe up a little bit or maybe take a week off of it. But for right now, you know, whatever I can have, I like. Okay, 11 degrees outside, feels like 2. I see you and I raise you 1 base model Nordic track for super cold. And also we had a lot of ice days in February last year. So giving this a go. So been out at some evening appointments, got Hardee's making my dinner. And they even told me, sadly, they were out of lettuce. I know, no raw vegetables, no cheese, all these things, but I'm slipping and sliding a little bit. But they were out of lettuce, so there we go. We did that, and I don't think I told them no cheese. Lights. Come on, open it. And this Hardee's. See, I'm in between 2 small towns. Both have a Hardee's. This one puts it in a little container. So I guess they gave me a few little lettuce scraps. Oh, they only gave me the single. Okay, that's sad. I'm on a protein count, so I paid for the double. And they're not busy, so yay. They were so good. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm so hungry and I need my other patty. And they also threw my tomatoes and onions that I shouldn't eat, but I'm going to. And it's been too long. Food.
Alrighty, good morning. 2.5 dozen scrambled eggs going down.
Multitasking mom, another day out. Just hit 3 appointments. Picking up Burger King for the way home. Bacon King, no bun, that's for mama. Some other $7 trio situations. It's a mix of all the things, whatever we need to make the day work. We've got chicken sandwich, Cine Minis, fries, SpongeBob bag, chicken fries, French fries, Whopper Jr., some special order situation, another SpongeBob bag, and I'm going to park to eat this. Sometimes my burgers with no bun, especially if it's Hardee's, I can wrap it just right and eat it while I drive. But this Burger King, who gets this order right, serves it in a container, and it just becomes a wonderful salad situation. So it's $2.15. I have the tutor is at the house now, checking boxes with several of my humans. We're gonna get home, gonna check some finish checking boxes with some other humans who are with me. And I have a business call at 3:30 to 17, so I'm gonna chew for 10 minutes, get home, probably walk, exhale a minute. Yum, yay, meal prepping. That was the Bacon King, right? Yes, okay. Anyway, then do my phone call. Then when I just went in my running stuff today, life problems couldn't get my run in this morning before we left. It's only 50-some degrees in Virginia today. You got to also get the weather report. You haven't had that lately. And so I plan to get my run in this afternoon. And if I'm able to coordinate things just right, I'm going to at least try to get that Trim Healthy Mama strawberry cake situation made. And I'm not going to worry about the 3 tiers. I've done it in a 9x13, same recipe, makes a 9x13 beautiful. Layer the strawberries on top. I have the beet pulp powder and such for my dairy-free icing variation. I'd like to get that going, and I think we can do that in between running. We can mix it up, get in the oven, set a timer, run, come back in, let it cool, run and walk some more, come back in, we can make a cake sandwich around our time and still make things happen. Well, wearing one set of pajamas, gonna put on another set of pajamas for the homeschool day Christmas party. We're having a PJ party. And look, we're meal prepping. Could not get to the strawberry cake. Just no way, no way. But I've accommodated a few other ways. We're still gonna use the strawberries. And so one thing I'm bringing, just real simple, sliced strawberries and blueberries mixed up, nice dish with a lid, with a handle. And we already got a serving spoon. So this is one thing we're going to take. Here's the little basket of gluten-free cookies that we're taking. That was my trade-off last night. I was like, okay, gluten-free desserts, I can at least bring gluten-free cookies. So we've got the Tates, we have the mint cookies, some double stuffed Oreos, and Chips Ahoy. Alrighty, so here's our contribution. There's the strawberries and the blueberries, and there's our gluten-free cookie basket. And now we're gonna go to the pajama party. Okay, good intentions, good intentions. Okay, another day, Dollar Tree, just got haircuts. You're right, this is not the toy section. We are gonna go, let's go find it. This is the hair section. Whoop, and they got Band-Aids. They got Monster Truck. Do we need Monster Truck Band-Aids? Do you want to get a pack for next time we need Band-Aids? Love it. Okay, great. That won't come out of your budget. So we just got haircuts. Super exciting. Now everybody's got $5 at Dollar Tree. So these things would be your whole money. These aren't $1.25 things, but Christmas is coming and Mommy needs to still do a few more things. Yeah. Here we go. Now you can pick out a few things just for grins, just for fun. Microphone. So we are seeing the $1.25 toys are now $1.75. Let me show him. He does look wild. What does he look like? Oh, you can like squish him and stretch him.
Yeah.
And then they have new gnome things out. Cute stuff. As we come to the end of this week, you know, we can't go into the weekend without another Walmart haul. I had artists who needed paper. We needed a glue gun replacement. We needed some more glue sticks. Yay. I have someone who's really loving the oolong tea, so we got 3 more of those. This is some gluten-free chunky monkey. We have some Friday night, big Friday night here. Friday night orange creamsicles. We have gluten-free chili mac bowls, some more fill-in toothpaste, and we need fresh toothbrushes on hand. Also, some Friday night pizzas for those who pizza, and 1 thing of green tea. So thank you so much for hanging out for all these large family meals of the week and Christmas adventures and party. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye-bye.